Here is our detailed process of car importation on behalf of clients. Which car are you looking for? You can just tell us the car you're looking for, and the best way to do this is to give us as much in details as possible, or as much information as possible, and that includes the make of the car and the model, the preferred engine size or trim, the preferred color, the preferred mileage, and the preferred mileage. With this information, it makes it easier for us to narrow down on a car that will best fit your personality or preference. And this is because in Japanese stock or auctions, there are over 1 million cars that are on sale every day. Once you have that information, we now log into our accounts and source the cars for you. There are two ways in which you do that. The first one is through the Japanese stock, and second way is through the Japanese auction. For the Japanese stock, the cars are usually listed at fixed prices with minimal chances for negotiation. As for Japanese stock, we have the opportunity to curate our own prices through bidding. As a result, the Japanese stock tends to be much cheaper. Once we identify a car that best fits you, we will consult with you to make sure that we are on the same page, and then we'll counter check with our account managers from Japan to make sure that the car is available for import and all the details match as they should. After this step, we will give you a cost breakdown of everything you're going to pay for, and it is usually an estimate figure, but usually do our calculations in such a way that the cost we give you, or the quotation we give you, or the quote we give you covers for everything that you will need to pay for during the entire importation process. And the cost breakdown includes the FOB price, the CIF price, which includes the FOB and the marine insurance and inspection. And then we also have the duties, and then the port charges. And then you have also the delivery charges, which apply depending on where you stay within the country. The next step is we express interest in buying the car on your behalf. As a result, an invoice is generated. We send this invoice to you as a client so that you can make payments. The cost on the invoice is usually the CIF, and CIF stands for cost, insurance, and freight, which is the cost of the car in Japan and the cost of shipping it to Mombasa. We have two options in which you can use to pay for your car. Number one is do a direct wire transfer or bank transfer from your bank to the exporter's bank. The bank details are usually provided in the invoice, or you can forward them to you if they are not there. Then the second way is for you to transfer the money to us so that we do all the payments on your behalf. However, we always prefer that you do all the payments from your own bank to the exporter's bank so that you keep all the receipts and also track all the payments on your own. Once the payments are made, the exporters will verify the payment and then embark on a preparation of the documents needed for importing the car to Kenya. The documents include the auction sheet, which has the information about the condition of the car, the certificate of roadworthiness, which is usually prepared by QISJ through inspecting the car. It will also contain the information about the condition of the car. We will also have the export certificate, which contains information about the registration and the registration of the vehicle from the country of origin. It also shows the car is eligible for export and it was not stolen or involved in any form of crime. Then we have the bill of lading. The bill of lading contains information about the shipping, or contains the shipping information of the car. Important to note at this point is that your name as our client will appear on all documents in the consignees section. That means that in as much as you are facilitating everything, all documents have your name, address, and contact information, because you are the buyer and you are just the notifying party. Once the documents are ready, prepared, the car will be rolled onto a ship that is leaving soonest possible for shipping to begin. There are two methods of shipping if the car is in Japan, and three if the car is in the UK or Singapore. The first method is RORO. RORO stands for roll on, roll off, which means that the car is rolled onto a ship and then strapped for it to be shipped. Then the second way or method is containerized shipping, The car is loaded into a container, and then the container is loaded onto a ship for shipping. Then the third way, if the car is from the UK, the third option is air freight, in which the car is loaded on a plane and then flown into the country. For the most part, we just use Roro for normal cars and a containerized shipping for special cars or special cases. Once the car leaves the exporter's country like Japan, all the importation documents are sent via a courier service so that they reach to us before the car arrives in Mombasa. It usually takes 2 weeks max for the documents to arrive. And then 2 to 3 weeks later, your car will arrive in Mombasa, and freight handlers will move the car from the ship to a storage facility called CFS. CFS stands for Container Freight Station. When the car gets into the CFS, it usually has a grace period of free storage so that it gives us time to clear the car. At this point, we hand the importation documents to a KRA certified clearing agent who will clear the car. The clearing process is pretty much straightforward. At this point, you'll make the second payment, and that payment is generally referred to as port charges or clearing charges. This caters for the services of the clearing agent, the registration of the vehicle in the NTSA systems, and the inspection of the car if the car had not been inspected, but in most cases it is not necessary. A KEBS agent will approve the certificate of roadworthiness, and then the KRA agent will lodge the car into the KRA system so that you can pay the necessary duties. This is the third payment you're going to make. You also directly send the payments to KRA. That means you need to have a KRA account and PIN. Once that is done, the vehicle will be lodged into the NTSA system so that it is registered. The vehicle will be registered in your name so that a number plate and a logbook can be generated. The number plate we get may not be available immediately or come out later on. If it is not available immediately, you just have the number plate in soft copy so you can have it printed or hire a KD number plate for a month or till when the number plates will be available. Also, at this stage, you will tell the NTSA in which office you would like to pick your number plate and logbook once they are ready, depending on your area of residence or operation. At this point, the car is cleared and ready to drive. However, before we do the delivery to you, we usually do a full service of the car and also do a detailing and a car wash. This is so that we generate a fresh service record for you. Once this is done, the car will be ready for delivery to you, and this will depend on your location. From Mombasa to Nairobi, we always use a carrier truck for delivery to a pickup point, and then from there we drive it to you. Once we hand you the car keys and the documents, it marks the end of our transaction with you, and you can enjoy your new ride. Now, important things to note. First one is a car can be registered to a company or a business if that entity is registered as a company or business and it has a KRA PIN. And then number two, we can import a car on behalf of clients with tax exemption privileges. This includes diplomats, NGOs, and people with disability. The third note is the entire process can take anywhere between 20 days and 45 days depending on our sourcing and shipping schedules. And then the fourth thing is that we as Buy and Drive Kenya, we facilitate the importation process from sourcing the car to document preparation to clearing process and car delivery. Therefore, there are service charges that you pay us, which in most cases it's just 0.03% of the total cost. That is all you need to know. Otherwise, if you have any other question, or you can ask, or you need clarification in any area, you can ask. And if you want to report a car with us, you can reach out to us through the number that will appear on the screen, or you'll get it in our social media bio.